orbits, and the orbit is about an hour and a half, or maybe a couple days. For us, it was about 25 hours to get to the station. Over. We are in the space station connected to an umbilical, which makes sure that our air tanks are topped off, and right before we go into space, we disconnect that umbilical so we have a set amount of air while we're out on the spacewalk. But if we start to get low, we can come back toward the airlock and hook back up, plug back in, and recharge our oxygen tanks. Over. So, Lucas, not me personally, no. We have had rovers that have gone there, and I look at them as they're looking for the right place for us to go and land. But they have found evidence that probably there was water or some type of fluid flowing on Mars at one point. Really makes you wonder. There might be something, some microbe that is there, or maybe there was something. We have to go look and find out. Over. Hi, Tyson. Well, I was mentioning all of us have studied in science, technology, engineering, math. Then we've been part of a laboratory or part of a squadron or part of a team, a group, and maybe we're a follower in that group and then became a leader in that group. So in space before long with this commercialism in space, and maybe that won't be the case in the future. Over. That is a great question, Rolly. You know what? It's harder because you can see so many stars. We don't have our atmosphere blurring our vision. When I look out the window and look at all those billions of stars, there's so many. It's actually harder for me to pick out the constellations. However, you can tell which ones are the bright ones. For example, we were in the southern sky and we saw Canopus today, and then in the northern sky, Sirius. Was over. Oh gosh, this is out of my league. I don't know the answer to that one. I'll have to look that up. I think Google would know that better than me. Over. Hey, Geneva. Well, the temperature really varies, particularly like I've felt it as doing a spacewalk. When we're in the shadow, it's very cold, like potentially maybe minus 200, and when we're in the sun, it's pretty warm, like potentially plus 200, because we don't have our atmosphere, that blanket, that insulator, to shield us from the extreme temperatures of space. So that's why our spacesuits are one of the reasons our spacesuits are so big and heavy, because they protect us from those temperature extremes. Over. Sure, that's a great question. It's always fun to be with you guys, you scouters. I really like The Martian. I thought The Martian had some really great attributes to it. I think one that annoyed me probably was gravity. You look a little funny if you see pictures of me. My hair stands straight up, and we don't look as good as Sandra Bullock when we're up here. Over. We do experiments, of course, on ourselves, taking our own blood and urine samples, furry samples, saliva samples, to find out what is going on with us up in space, and making sure we can track that and make sure we know how humans will live in space. We're also doing amazing science up here, stem cells, growth, DNA, sequencing DNA.
Ciao ciao.